Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Hall of Famer Bob Berry ruled Milwaukee's airwaves in the 60s and 70s. He spoke with countless musicians and celebrities over the years. Bob collected remarkable recordings of these encounters, which he's now sharing with the public. Here's Bob.
This infamous personality was born Elva Miller. You might remember Mrs. Miller, the one-hit wonder. She was born tone deaf. She had 2 records on the Billboard charts, the Lovers Concerto and Downtown.
When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown.
As a joke, Capitol Records released her first album as Mrs. Miller's Greatest Hits. She wasn't happy with the way she was treated, as you will hear in this podcast. Her voice was compared to the sound of roaches scurrying across a trash can lid. If you didn't like her, you can place blame on disc jockey Gary Owens from Laugh-In fame for discovering her.
Hello, Mrs. Miller.
Yes.
This is Bob Berry.
Oh, yes. Hello.
How are you?
Well, I'm fine.
Would you mind talking to us on the air for a couple of minutes?
I would enjoy it.
Well, we've been wondering what happened to you since 1966 when you were a famous woman there with some hit records.
Well, of course, during that period, I had an almost invalid husband, but I did keep it up to the whatever extent that I could. And then, of course, I went on and made an album with Amaranth Records and did a bit of TV here and there.
Now, how many albums did you sell of Mrs. Miller's Greatest Hits?
Oh, of course, I have no way of really knowing. But, it was up at the top of the list for a while. That's just about all I can tell you.
What was your biggest single? Was that Downtown?
Downtown.
Uh-huh.
And then on the back of that was a Lovers Concerto.
When you first started making records for Capitol,
Yes.
were you real serious about singing, or was it kind of a joke?
No, it wasn't a joke with me. It was a joke with the other people.
That's what it was, because I noticed a lot of reviews,
well, you see, it was a long time before I really caught on. And it almost broke my heart because I just didn't think they would do such a thing to me. And then, too, I have always been, you might say, fooling around with music and considered a very vital part of my life. But, no, the joke was on the other side of the fence.
I see. You made a movie one time, didn't you?
Yes, The Cool Ones running.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, and they showed it on CBS out here just recently.
What kind of a part do you play?
I played the gal who's head of the wardrobe department with a very special interest in the young lady who carries the lead. The 4 songs are Weekend of a Private Secretary, and I said no, and she had to go and lose it at the Astor and Ma.
Is that right? Now, those are sort of what they called, I guess, years ago, risque type songs, right?
I guess they are risque. Of course, because I am not that type of person, I didn't want to do it at first. But those who chose the songs said that this is our public today. They have this particular taste. And will you do them? And I said, well, I have a friend who sings in opera, and what she sings in opera could be much, much worse than what I sing in these songs. So I said, it's all right with you. It's only acting for me.
Well, thank you very much, Mrs. Miller. And as we conclude our conversation here, let's listen to Downtown again. Bring back some memories.
All right.
You can
Thank
always
you for calling.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
downtown.
Bob Berry.
Thank you for listening to Bob Berry's Unearthed Interviews. Be sure to subscribe and rate our podcast on iTunes or wherever you find your podcasts. You can find all the episodes at WisconsinBroadcastingMuseum.org. Check out Bob Berry's book, Rock and Roll Radio Milwaukee. Book sale proceeds support Angels Kids Fund and Donate Life Wisconsin. The preceding program was made possible by a generous contribution from Terry Vaughn.